Hello, my name is Ryan. I want to talk to you about the spiritual journey that I'm on. It's a journey I've been on consciously for about the past 4 years now. When I was in my mid-20s, I was in a situation where my partner and I, who I'm still partners with now, were going through some bad times. It was a very, very dark place for both of us. In essence, we were stuck in our minds, stuck in our egos. And it's something that a lot of people suffer from. And it is a place where you suffer. If you are trapped within your ego, trapped within your mind, you will not know you are trapped within your mind. And this is the problem, you see. Our mind continuously thinking of negative things, continuously putting us down, making us feel as if we're not worthy, ridiculing the very experience that we're having, rather than praising the very moment in which we embody. So I was going through these problems. These were not good times. And through all of these times, I'd always been into spiritualism. I'd listened to gurus that I were interested in. I read books about spiritualism and Buddhism and all that kind of thing. But it was time I started practicing what I preached to people. You know, I'm spiritual. Ryan's spiritual, but what does that mean? You know, because I read spiritual books and I'm into spiritualism, that I'm spiritual, or that I believe in spirits. So I started trying to live a spiritual life. I started trying to find out what spiritualism was, what it really meant, because I've always been drawn to the subject. All of my life I've kind of done this thing where I laid back as a child and put my awareness on my tips of my feet all the way to the top of my head. And my dad read it to me in a meditation, in a self-hypnosis book when I was a little boy. So I've always kind of done that, and I used to put my head on my pillow when I was a kid and use my inner eye to imagine a computer panel. And I'll be pressing buttons and imagining scenarios via the button press and all that kind of thing. So I've always been quite inward with my mind, but I've also always been very trapped in my mind, consumed by my mind, without even knowing that I was consumed or trapped by my mind. And anyway, the first thing I did is I went to transcendental meditation classes. I went in, didn't really know what to expect. The lady taught me a mantra, simple mantra, one phrase, repeating over and over again, and I was doing it, and I was, you know, sometimes it felt nice, you know, repeating it. Didn't really explain anything practical to the students in the class, just kind of told us to, you know, keep persevering with it and you'll see results. And she did explain the science behind it, and she did explain the spirituality behind it, but to explain to someone what it actually is, I think, is almost impossible. It's kind of, if you're a teacher, you must guide your student in that direction, because they will never understand what you're talking about until they have realization. And everything that I have learned through my own journey, I've had experience, realization, knowing. I do not believe anything unless I've been through those processes with it. This is why, for me, religions seem crazy. Any belief system seems crazy if you just believe it and you have never experienced it truly. Plus many other experiences I've had since then, which have led me to ulterior beliefs, which are my own personal beliefs, which I'm sure lots of other people share. So anyway, I did that, and I did that for a while, and it really got me into spiritualism, and I read a few books on it and on transcendental meditation. One was brilliant. The guy was a genius. I can't remember who wrote it now, but I think it's called the TM Experience or something. Wow, amazing reading. And after that, yeah, I did that for about 2 years, and then I was meditating in the bath, and I kind of developed this way of meditating where I listened to my inner sound and my mantra at the same time. And the inner sound is just literally like kind of like a light that appears, and it kind of rings. And if you can really relax your awareness onto this, and I was doing that in the bath and putting my attention on my third eye, and I got a flood of energy running through my body. My back stiffened. I was connected to this white light through my third eye. All my chakras woke up. I had an erection. The Kundalini energy was so strong as it flowed through my body. And afterwards I was like, wow, this is like unbelievable. Like, it kind of shifted me up a level in awareness. I didn't really know what happened, and everyone around me thought I was a bit crazy when I was explaining to them, and even I kind of thought for a little while, like, whoa, this is really weird, like I'm experiencing all these energies and different states of consciousness. But as things change in life, you just go with the flow. But I still wasn't, I was still on my way to awareness. Still didn't quite know what was going on. I still hadn't quite made that separation, even though I was in these euphoric states of energy, which I could reproduce over and over again. Maybe not quite to the extent of that one, but I could still, from time to time, when my body was very relaxed, prior to meditation, get into these states of bliss where energy was flowing through my base chakra and so on and so on. And then I decided to go to Amsterdam with my brother, and we did a magic mushroom trip. Well, we couldn't get any magic mushrooms. We wanted to go on a spiritual healing ceremony. So we stayed in our hotel. We got the Philosopher's Stones. These were the substitute for the magic mushrooms that we could not find at the time. And let me just check the camera to see if it's still running, because I may have run out of power. No, it's still going. Anyway, yeah, so we went to Amsterdam when we got these, and we was in the hotel room, and we didn't really do it right. We didn't properly cleanse our bodies prior to the ceremony or anything. I think we was drinking and smoking a little bit of weed the night before, but we still went into it with solid intentions for some kind of self-realization, for some kind of deeper connection with the universe. We wanted to find out who we were, why there was these problems in our lives when we were seemingly not making any actual decisions that were bringing us into these negative situations, or supposedly. And anyway, I had the most deep experience I've ever had taking anything in my life, and I had many realizations. It was kind of like the universe was speaking through me. This information was just flowing through me to my brother about his life and my life. I felt, I almost got lost, completely lost in it, like I'd melted into reality at points. It was very overwhelming. My body had symbolic moments where it would stiffen up and representing certain trapped energies within my body, and when I expressed the negative energy that was trapped within me, these parts of my body would release, and all this kind of stuff happening. Like 10 years worth of meditation in 7 hours of intense tripping. Afterwards it was kind of like both of us were just had a very quiet night after that experience. We had a lot to process, and after that it completely changed our lives anyway. We started living much healthier lives, kinder to ourselves, kinder to our relationships. My brother quit alcohol. I contemplated all of the problems that I had in my life and approached them from a completely different perspective. And there was many bumps in the road, still many problems, but I was overcoming them in a different way. I wasn't getting trapped in my mind as much. So then, after quite a few more experiences, I got into Terence McKenna, and he can teach you a hell of a lot about yourself just by asking certain questions to yourself, searching deep, diving deep into your mind, looking inward. That man has dived deeper than many a man has ever dared to dive deep with the psychedelic drug. And so I tried some of that. I really wanted to find out some stuff, and I did find out some stuff. I found out what my relationship with reality was, with myself, what my relationship with the universe was. I discovered oneness with the universe. I answered so many questions on duality, vibrational frequencies, on karma, on just the pure essence of being that flows within us all, which is us all, which pervades deep within us all. It is who we are. And it is so beautiful compared to the lives we live and the way we feel sometimes. To connect to that and realise, oh my God, we are all such fragile, gentle creatures. The damage we do ourselves is staggering. And the damage we do to others is staggering. And when you come out of it, the next day you feel like a bad person for the way that you behave. And it makes you want to make some serious changes to your life. And so I did. And I began to get more aware, and the feeling of separation between my mind grew more and more the more I meditated. And I still had ups and downs, and the pendulum would swing and I would get affected by it, but I managed to always come back to the breath, to the mantra, and separate myself from the mind, and that became a more reoccurring theme in my life. And then I did some Buddhist meditation, which was strictly mantras, and this helped tremendously separating the mind from the mantra mind, that I like to call it, which is basically the awareness that you are, and the mind, which is the mind, subconscious mind. So I practiced this for a while, and then I started getting into the Hermetic principles, which just seemed to tie in perfectly with everything I'd read about all cultures and regarding their spirituality and meditation. Principles within other spiritual groups, which kind of segregated themselves from each other, but really we're all connected as one, as we are all one, but we kind of manifest separately from each other in the physical realm. It's very strange, this. So I got into that heavily, and that gave me the ability to empower my affirmations and realise really what we are as individuals, what powerful beings we are as individuals, that we are all 100% equal beings, spiritual beings. As many other spiritual philosophers have said, spiritual beings having a human experience. Such a brilliant way of explaining what we are. And through my experiences, I've experienced what I call mantra mind, where you are in the mantra, you are not in the mind. All you are is the mantra. You even lose the breath, and you become just the mantra, separate from the body. This is when I had my true realization, the true oneness with the universe. When, and I'm sure I'm going to continue. This is going to continue, obviously, for the rest of my life, and I'll have deeper experiences, and I'll understand deeper and deeper. But right now is a brilliant time in my life where I'm totally, or not totally, but for a big part of the day and the evening, I'm in control of my life. And I'm positive and I'm happy, and this is a brilliant thing to be, and it's affecting me, it's affecting the energy of my whole family, my children and my partner. It's uplifting everyone. I'm accepting of my job now, whereas before, it's driving me insane. And Eckhart Tolle said, in any given situation, it requires either acceptance, enthusiasm, or joy. And some of them, if a situation does not contain these things, you've got to stop doing it, because you're going to get some serious problems from doing that situation. So you've got to work. But I'm striving towards my dreams now. I'm cruising towards them. I'm visualizing my dreams. I am my dreams. I'm living the moment. I'm not living in the future anymore. I'm not living in the past. I am the present moment. And I'm the present moment more and more every day. So, I didn't really know what I was going to say on this video. I just I give you a brief overview of my spiritual experiences throughout the few years and the changes I've been through. I'm going to start posting some videos, I think, because this is a really good way of raising my own frequency by kind of expressing verbally what I'm feeling inside. So, yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I'm Ryan. I hope there's other guys out there, other girls out there like me, who, you know, because I know I look on YouTube for people into this very thing, and we can all learn from each other. We can all help each other raise each other's frequencies, you know. We can all help each other become our greatest versions. And there's some guys on here and spiritual gurus on here that have really helped me. Ralph Smart, amazing. Don't know the guy, you know, I'm not working for him trying to promote his work, but amazing, amazing. Raises my frequency even today. I've seen him talk to other spiritualists and he even raises their frequencies, like Till Swan. I said Eckhart Tolle, Osho. These are guys that have really helped me. Real, truthful, honest people that see past the bullshit, that see reality for how it is, that have dived deep, that have looked inwards. And this is what you must do. This is what you must do to have self-realization. This is what you must do. So, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And take care. See you on my next video.